Have you ever given any consideration to the possibility that there is something rough or uneven beneath the polished surface of your cherished boots? We are going to investigate the world of Rose Anvil in today's episode. Rose Anvil is a channel where leather meets blade and secrets are disclosed. Meet Weston K. He's the man who can rip apart shoes to reveal stuff that you weren't even aware you needed to know. Rose Anvil shines brightly and uniquely in the wide cosmos that is YouTube, where material can be as varied as the constellations themselves. This channel first went live in 2016, and since then, it has been quite effective in developing its niche, which can be regarded as genuinely penetrating deep in the footwear fashion industry. Put on your best pair of boots, because we're about to go on an adventure into the past of Rose Anvil's artisan and the creative mind behind the company Weston K. The processes that he went through to go from being a hobbyist to being a viral success on YouTube are just as intricate as the leather that he works with. Weston K's life was full of artistic pursuits until he made the first cut into a Dr. Martens boot, which catapulted him to the top of the popularity rankings on YouTube. Since then, Weston K has amassed over 1.3 million subscribers. He never allowed his hands to be idle. He was always working on something, whether it was putting together do-it-yourself wedding rings or fixing ancient motorcycles. How exactly does one go from working with moving parts and metal to working with leather and laces? It is an unanticipated turn of events that reveals a great deal about Weston's adaptability as well as his ambition to explore new locations. The year 2016 marks the beginning of a new era, which began with the establishment of Rose Anvil. Chopping up a pair of boots may have seemed like an innocuous way to satisfy one's curiosity at the time, but it ended up resonating with millions of individuals all around the world. This wasn't just a simple exercise in cutting shoe shapes. Rather, it was an examination of the nature of quality design and the underlying essence of footwear. Rose Anvil has become a symbol of openness in an industry that is well known for the secrecy that surrounds its various brands. When the leather on Rose Anvil is sliced farther and further, additional layers of artisanship and consumerism are exposed. The approach that Weston takes does not merely consist of destroying things. Rather, it is an educational journey through the anatomy of footwear. On his channel, which has over 600,000 subscribers and 10,352 million views, he is not only critiquing shoes, rather, he is analyzing the ideology that underpins fashion. In addition to their popularity on YouTube, Weston and his business partner Philip have translated their excitement into a line of leather goods, which includes wallets and belts. They have been very successful with this endeavor. Their videos are a living example of their dedication to the highest possible levels of quality and craftsmanship, which is in line with the guiding principles outlined in the description of their channel on YouTube. As we fasten the last belt on our journey through Rose Anvil, the question that begs to be asked is, what's next for Weston K? Because you have a demonstrated ability for taking the ordinary and making it extraordinary. The future is as wide open as a pair of boots that have never been worn before. In a culture in which initial impressions aren't necessarily correct, Weston K, through the character of Rose Anvil, serves as a reminder that true value lies under the surface. This is a message that Rose Anvil conveys in Weston K's novel, a lesson in passion, tenacity, and the power of pivoting into uncharted avenues. Maybe you learned from his journey from being a curious craftsman to being a prominent presence on YouTube. Therefore, the next time you put on your most cherished pair of boots, keep in mind the secrets that they contain, and do so with a sense of caution. And if you're ever curious about what lies underneath, you know exactly where to go. Rose Anvil, where each and every cut is a discovery.